Good morning everyone. So today we are going to complete our fashion pant from last week. So if you go to today's folder, okay, please go and download this fashion pant jane.ai, or if you have your own file that you want to use from last week, then you can go ahead and use yours. Okay, so up to you. If you weren't here last week, you can use mine here, this one. Okay, if you were here last week, if you have your own file, please use yours. Okay, so go ahead and then download, and then please open that file. Here we go. Okay, so we have completed our basic sketch with all the garment construction details and then the shadows as well. The next thing that we're going to do is remember this detailed graphic pattern that we have created. It was 2 weeks ago. We're going to go ahead and then click to download. So go ahead and click to download, and we'll be applying this pattern. Okay, this is a pattern that we have made onto this garment, onto this pants. Okay, so I already have it downloaded. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open that in Photoshop. Okay, so I have my Photoshop and then my Illustrator open. So I have them both open. And then the next thing that we are going to do is I am going to merge all these layers. As you can see in my layers window for this file, right? I have all these layers separate. So I'm going to combine them into one so that I can just, simply drag and drop the file from the Photoshop to Illustrator. So this is what I would do. So go ahead and open. So now we are in our Photoshop. Okay, so make sure that you open that Photoshop file and then go to window and then layers, window layers if you don't have this layers window open. And then the next thing that we are going to do is, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and then drag this. And from here, I'm going to select from the top and then just hold on to your shift key, and then I am just going to select all the way to the bottom. So from top, okay, from top, and then hold on to your shift key, your shift, S-H-I-F-T, shift key from your keyboard, and then click onto your background. Okay, then you'll be able to select all of these layers. Again, I'll just repeat that. Select this one, hold on to your shift key, and then click onto this background layer. You'll be able to select all of those, and then you're going to click onto these the 4-line options bar, and then we are going to merge layers. So come here and then merge layers. Okay, so now it's combined into one. So as you can see here, I can use my move tool and then I can just move everything into one. So before it was all in separate layers, so I wasn't able to move everything at once, but now I do. So from here, I am going to give you some options. So from here, you can just use this one and then you can drag. Use your move tool, okay, drag, and then just drop this into your Illustrator. Okay, so now I have this in my Illustrator. So that's one thing that you can do. Or the other thing that you can also do is you can change the colors a little bit from the Photoshop and then bring it into the Illustrator. So just have this page open, have this Photoshop page open, and then you will do edit. Make sure that you select this layer and then image adjustment and color balance, and then have your preview check on, and then you can make it more red, you can make it more magenta, you can make it more yellow. Okay, so you can kind of play around with these color balance, or you can do adjustments. You can also update a little bit of hue and saturation. Have your preview check on, preview. Okay, so you can make it more hue, you can make it more saturated, you can make it a little more lighter, or brighter or darker. Okay. Up to you. So you can kind of play around with it, and then once you're ready, okay, you can use your move tool and then just drag and drop. So I'm just going to start with the original one, and then let's see how it goes. Okay, original one. And then what I am going to do from here is that I am going to make this into a swatch. So go ahead and open window, window, swatches, swatches. And I have my swatches window open on the side. I'm just going to drag this swatch in here. Drag this in here so that I have it in my swatches. I have it in my swatches, and then I will go ahead and delete this one. Okay, delete that one. So in my swatches window, and then I am going to use my group selection tool. Make sure that you're using this group selection tool. When you hold on to your drag selection tool, just keep clicking onto it. You will see the group selection tool. You will choose piece by piece, and then you will start to apply these swatches. Before I do that, I am just going to unlock everything. So object, 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 and then unlock. Make sure that you unlock everything before you select anything. And then use your group selection tool. Select the piece. Okay, select the piece right here. So as you can see here, I have just selected. So you have to select on top of the line. On top of the line here. And then make sure that your fill is forward. Your stroke behind. And then go ahead and click, okay, onto this pattern that you have created. Okay, and then scale tool. Letter S, that's the scale tool. So if you cannot find the scale tool, just click letter S, double click on here. You will turn off all of these three options on your left. The only thing that you're going to turn on is this transform patterns because we are adjusting the patterns here. Uniform, I will just, do 30 and then see how it looks. Okay, I can do 10 and then see how it looks. So from here, you don't have to do the same scale as mine. You can use different scale numbers on here. It's totally up to you. So if you want to reduce, you can start from 99% down to 1%. If you want to increase, then you can start from 101% to, you can do like 1,000, 3,000, whatever. But in this case, we might want to make it smaller. So start from 99 to 1. Okay, 99% to 1%. Okay, in between those two ranges. Okay. I actually like it small. I find it more attractive when it's in a smaller scale. So let me see how it looks with the 5%. Okay, so I like it 10%. So I'm just going to make that as 10%. And we can always update it later on. So go ahead and then click OK. And on here, I am also going to select this piece. And then if I want to apply the same exact scale on here, I'm just going to use my eyedropper tool. Eyedropper tool. Click on here. Again, eyedropper tool. Click on here. Okay, looks great. And then let's go to the swatches. So if you go back to the folder, I have a swatch folder. Swatch folder. And then you can go ahead and then start to look for some swatches. I think I'm going to go with the darker swatch today. So let's see. I want to actually use black for today. So I am going to download the image. Okay, so you can download the image and then you can go ahead and then open. In my case, I can just drag this one on here. Okay. But if you cannot do that, then download that file and then go to File, Open. And then if you go to the download, let's see, download, and then you'll be able to find the file here. And then please open. And if it opens a separate page, select this, edit copy, come back to your original file that you're working on for the pants, and then you will do edit paste. Okay, so once you bring this one here, do you see the big red X mark on here? I am going to object rasterize it with the transparent, and then click OK. Click OK, and then I'm going to drag this one on here. Again, it was object rasterize, transparent, high resolution, OK. And then drag this one on here. I am going to use this group selection tool, and then select the piece for the bottom. Make sure that your fill is forward, and then go ahead and click, and then apply the fill, apply the swatch. In this case, it will depend on which type of swatch that you're using here, but if you want to reduce the scale of your swatch, double click on here, make sure that you turn this one off. Okay, the only thing that needs to be turned on is this one, and then you can kind of reduce. So this is my 100%, and then now this is my 30%. Okay, so you can kind of go and change the numbers. And again, here you don't have to use the same exact number as mine. It will be all different. Okay, so whichever swatch that you will be choosing, okay, it's going to be different. Okay. And I am also going to go ahead and then apply the swatch on here and on here. Okay. Okay, so let me just leave this like that, and then I will go ahead and update the stitches and then all the shadows, and then let me see what I can do to make it look better. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and then select one of the stitch. Using my selection tool, I am going to select one of this stitch that we have created. Okay, this green line. Select same, and then stroke color. Then it's going to select all of the same stroke colors. Again, it was select same stroke color, and then double click on your stroke color, and I will go ahead and then change that into something more neutral, or in tones of light grays or the medium grays or the black. Okay, totally up to you. Or if you want to make it pop stitch, like bright neon color, bright pink color, that's okay too. So let me see. In my case, I just want to make it like light gray. Okay, so that's good. And then let me just go ahead and update this line into black. So I just updated this line, which I did not change that into black outline. So I will go ahead and change that into black outline. And then the next thing that we are going to do is update the shadow. So using your selection tool, select the line, and then select same. In this case, stroke color. I will go ahead and double click on here, double click on your stroke. We'll go ahead and then change that into black. Click OK. And let me go ahead and then open Window Transparency. And I will lower the opacity here. Lower the opacity. And as you can see here, I have some of these pieces that I have the blue fills for the shadows. In that case, select one of the piece that has the blue fill. Okay, using your selection tool. Select same, in this case fill color, so we're going to select all of the same fill color. Select same fill color, and I will just go ahead and then drag and then drop this one here. Drag this black and then drop this on here, and then that will look like that. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is to add, let's see, okay, is to add right here this color and then this color right here. I am just going to add that with, let me bring this one forward, and then I will add that with the gradient, with the silver gradient. I will double click on here on my stroke and then change that into black. There we go. Okay, so I have the silver fill on here. In case if you do not have the silver fill here, what you can do is you can go ahead and open window and then gradient, window gradient. Then this gradient window will pop up and then you can choose, you can kind of choose, let's see, the colors from there. Okay, so or the other thing that you can do is if nothing is on your gradient window, you can go back to your swatches window and then go to the library, and then you can go to the gradients. And then I guess you can do metals. And then here are some of the gradient metal colors that you can borrow. So make sure that your fill is forward and that you can kind of try that. Okay. But I want to keep that as a silver for me, so I'm going to use that. But you're more than welcome to use any of these colors from the metal. In your swatches, bookmark, metal. Okay. Bookmark, gradients, metals, right? Okay, so let me see. Okay, so I like it, but let me see how it would look if I, reverse. So which means if I take this one and then change this into the bird, the pattern, and then have these two pieces with black. Okay, so you can kind of try, see how you want to do it. You can, keep all of these pieces with the bird pattern, or you can kind of make this one filled with the pattern and then keep this one as a solid. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to give you a freedom, there. Okay, and then as you switch, make sure and then consider about the stitch colors. You can always update your stitch colors by going in here, right here, select same stroke color, right? Double click on here, and then let me change it to more neutral. Okay, so totally up to you. Okay, so I'm going to save this file on our Schoology, and then you can go ahead and then finish the rest. And then that's it for today's lecture. Thank you, everyone.